Welcome everyone for another episode of Keeping It Simple with Prashant Rajore. Last week's session, though we had a wonderful session, wonderful question answer session, but somehow it could not get uploaded onto the Instagram account and we lost the recording, we lost the session, but doesn't matter. Today, I think Dhruv has many more questions and we will have an interesting discussion like always. The purpose of this program is not to uh, just discuss knowledge, but it is to discuss it from another perspective. Everyone comes with a different perspective, and it is nice that we discuss different aspects of this knowledge in different perspectives, so that a little more clarity. You know. So Dhruv has just accepted my friend request, and he's going to join us any moment. Yeah, Dhruv is here. And before we start, if you have any questions, you can put them here in the chat box and Dhruv will pick it up from here. It is wonderful to have you back, Dhruv. I hope you're ready with your next set of questions.
Yes, Bhaiya. We're all ready.
Good. So would you like to start with something before you ask your questions, or you want to go straight to the questions?
No, Bhaiya, we can go straight to the questions.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're ready to fire and I'm ready to defend.
All right. Sure, Bhaiya. So this week's first question is, Bhaiya, how do we interact with people higher or bigger than us? Is there a dharma that governs this interaction?
Yeah, you usually it is there, no? You give them a lot of respect and hmm, you give them honor and respect them. So that is how you deal with them, for their age. This was what the tradition was in India, but of late now those values are being broken down. How good was they or how bad were they? It's always a topic of discussion, but it's nice, no? We have driving rules, we have traffic rules. Hmm. Old vehicles can drive at a lower limit, or bigger vehicles can drive at a lower limit. The faster and smaller vehicles can drive at a slightly higher speed limit. So, and you drive on one particular side of the road, you don't drive. So it is nice that you follow certain rules, certain norms. There will be some people who will not agree with what I say, and there will be some people who agree with what you say. So it is best you decide for yourself. Mm. My relation with my parents was always out of respect, and even if I felt that they were imposing certain ideas on me, or if they were being unreasonable in their thing, I never took this as an opportunity to disrespect them or back answer them. And even after they have left this planet, with elders, I treat them very respectfully. That is my way of looking at it, and I feel a lot of comfort and solace, that the elders are always right. They might be wrong, they might be mm, uh, too strict with whatever they are thinking and expressing. But as a youngster, it is up to me how I take that. And it's not that you take everything at face value, you make your efforts. My parents and I had differences of opinion, but because I never back answered, uh, that communication was very open from my side. I was open to what they were saying, and eventually they were also became open to what I was saying. So that communication became very open and double-ended. It was not single-ended. Otherwise, what happens? Sometimes children disrespect and or youngsters disrespect, and then the elders want to superimpose, and then it creates more rebelliousness. The relation goes for a toss. In fact, in any relation, it's not only just elders in this. Even with youngsters, you talk respectfully. Hmm. Even with colleagues, you talk respectfully. You can pull their legs, have fun, you know, and such is the nature of life. Once in a while, that natural lack of disrespect happens. But how good you cover it up, that is good. When you talk to children respectfully, children respect you back. If you talk to them disrespectfully, they will disrespect you because it's a reciprocatory relation. No? People are becoming more open with relations. So, as far as I am concerned, now not only elders, though I had a good relation with my parent, but with everyone as much as possible, I behave very respectfully. Hmm. So it's up to you now whether you would like to take it or not. These are my views. This is my experience. That's all.
Great. Thank you, Vijay. Vijay, the next question is a little long, but I'll try my best to shorten it. Question is, it is said that Kalimata used to speak with Ramakrishna Paramahansa, but his guru told Totapuri asked him to cut her with a sword when she would come next during the meditation. After he did this, it is said that he went in samadhi. Why should Kali Mata be an obstacle in someone's spiritual progress? What are these higher states? The best we have observed is calm, peaceful state after Sudarshan Kriya.
Yeah, it is very difficult to understand the ways of the enlightened and the ways of the master. So, what relation they had and what the master felt about Ramakrishna and what Ramakrishna was experiencing, it is very difficult to gauge after 100 years, mm, or 120 years, 130 years. So we just treat it like a story and entertain ourselves. This is what happened. Mm. There might be an aspect of Yoga Maya, which the Guru might have felt. There might be an aspect that even if it is not Yoga Maya, the Guru might have felt that the disciples' progress on the path has been uh, is there is there it might have become an obstacle on the progress of the path. So maybe that is there. Maybe Ramakrishna became too attached to his spiritual experiences that everything else, the progress started suffering. So there are very various aspects of it, and you can't really know why and what and how all that happened. You just see it as a story, and if you can learn something from it, good. But exact reason why it happened or why it was done, you cannot you cannot pinpoint. Okay, so maybe perhaps only these few reasons and many more, because with my limited understanding, I can look at three to four different things. But different people will have different points of view, also many more ideas. Okay.
Hmm. Thank you, Vijay. Next question is, why should one be careful of tantrics? Why such a branch exists if it is not good for people?
See, it is not that you should be careful with tantrics and things. There are three aspects: mantra, tantra, and yantra. Hmm. Mantra is what? Hmm. Mantra is manana trayati iti mantra. That which brings relief to the mind from the repetitive thoughts, from the troubles of the mind is mantra. So in the same way, tantra is that which brings comfort. Tantra means technique. So your eating with a fork and spoon is also a tantra. It is a technique, isn't it? Hmm. And then there is a yantra. It might be required. Yantra is tools. So your fork and spoon and knife become the tools. So there is a mind, there is a technique, and there is a tool. So all these are interrelated. Over a period of time, some tantrics started doing something which is not in tune with whatever is expected, and that is why Tantra got a bad name. It is not so bad. So many scriptures are scriptures on Tantra, like Vigyan Bhairava, which Gurudev gave a commentary on. It's a Tantra. It's a book on Tantra. Tantra means technique. So various techniques to calm down the mind. So mantra can also calm down the mind. The tantras also can be calm down the mind. So it's not that all tantrics are bad or whatever. There are some black sheep everywhere. And there are people who would not like these techniques this to be well known for some vested interest, and they create a bad impression. There are so many people 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they would say yoga is bad, but now more and more people in the world is accepting yoga. There are so many people who would say pujas and this. Now more and more people are accepting that pujas are bad. So uh, there might be some vested interest, there might be some reality also. Some people might have misused those powers which they had. So all aspects are there, but hmm, Tantra is not all that bad. That is my view. Okay.
Yeah. The next question is, do you drink kombucha? Is it okay to drink for sadhaks?
I don't even know what kombucha is. So, so I have never tried it. I don't know. If it is an alcoholic drink, I would not touch it. Hmm. Knowingly, if somebody put it unknowingly, and if I can't detect the alcohol in the fragrance or in the flavor, then by mistake I might have it. But if it is an alcoholic drink and all that, I would prefer not to have it. Not prefer, it is advisable not to have it. And I would for sure not have it, because alcohol in small quantities or large quantities, they affect your body in a negative way only. Hmm. Uh, what it does is, see, uh, even people who have 1 spoon of alcohol, they say I get very good sleep. My question to them is, if you're getting good sleep, do you wake up fresh in the morning? Even with 1 spoon of alcohol? And most of the people whom I have talked to, they say, no, we don't wake up fresh. Why? Because alcohol is not putting you into good sleep. It is putting you into the bad side of sleep, where you feel you have slept, but actually you have done something else only. And that is why you don't feel fresh when you wake up in the morning, though you think you have slept deep. And large amounts of alcohol, for sure. Hmm. You have a hangover, you have a headache, you have everything. So even small quantities of alcohol is not good. Yeah, there are some Ayurvedic medicines which have, there are categories of Ayurvedic medicines which are called Asav and uh, Arishtas. They have alcohol naturally made in it. Mm, Some people have it, some people not have it, but that whole medicine also has to be taken 1 spoon, in which it is only 11%. So it's just like few drops of alcohol. So that is all, if it is medicinal, there is no other alternative, then maybe. But beyond that, I don't think so. I'm going to touch any of these drinks. But by the way, what is kombucha? I don't know. I'm giving so much gyan. It might be something.
It's
uh,
a, it's a probiotic drink, but it has traces of alcohol in it. You're
okay, so good.
right.
Too much gyan for few drops of alcohol. Mm.
Bay, there's a question in the audience.
Mhm.
Is there, how much importance should one give to horoscope matching for marriage?
See, every marriage mm, has uh, a little pull and pressure. There is no perfect marriage where there is going to be a perfect understanding and all that. And lots of youngsters have this thing: my marriage is going to be perfect, and there'll be no quarrels, and there'll be only understanding and no misunderstandings. And so the ancient people, they created a way out of it. They said, let's match horoscopes. And then through that they made sure that not very few rashis, the horoscopes match 100%, 36 out of 36, but all the others, there's a mismatch. So it was a way of communicating to the youngsters that it is not a perfect marriage. Hmm. And even when it is 36 out of 36, it is only one aspect of the horoscope. There are many aspects of horoscope, and which an astrologer will say, in these matters there will be differences, in these matters there will be, uh, what do you say,
Mhm.
consensus, agreement, and consensus. So it was a very intelligent way, I think, to tell people that a marriage is not perfect. Making people aware only. Only 18 out of 36 are matching. That means it's 50%. So people are, when they're more aware about it, then they are more accepting to the differences of opinion which happen, no? Otherwise, gangsters are there. They think that it has to be a perfect marriage, and then they see their parents quarreling. They have this thought that I'm not going to quarrel with my spouse. I'm going to have a perfect marriage and all that. But when they land up in the marriage themselves, they recognize it's not there. Mm. So that is how it is. And little bit, yeah, if you want to match, it's okay. If you don't want to match, also, it's okay. There are many people whom I know. It was a big mismatch, and they are living happily after 25, 30 years of marriage also. And there are many people, there was a great match also, and they're still not very compatible. Okay, so a little bit every science and everything has its own thing. If you believe in it, then do it. If you don't want to believe in it, it's your choice. Mm, Okay.